We said, oh, the theme is always comes from the unconscious, but the form has to be strict and pure. And I think that in the development of the spiders, you see both things sort of happening. The spider relates to the fact that her mother was a weaver, and her mother was very dainty, and her mother was very clever. These are all the things that she associated with the spider. But then on the other hand, as much as she associated the spider with her mother, she also associated the spider with her own sort of artistic practice, because, you know, the spider builds its web out of its own body.
Enemy is not just a film that asks for your attention, it demands your reflection. A man sees his double and everything unravels. But this isn't a sci-fi story about clones or long-lost twins. What we're actually witnessing is one man's mind turning in on itself, wrapped in webs of fear, repression, and self-destruction. At the center of Enemy is a symbol. The spider. For many, it's just surreal window dressing. When you look closer, it becomes the key to understanding the entire film. The spider doesn't just represent fear, it represents commitment. Fear of entanglement, the kind that comes with marriage and responsibility. In the film's final moments, Adam, or Anthony, depending on how you read it, stares into a room, expecting to see his wife. Instead, he sees a massive spider backing away in terror. Not attacking, not trapping, afraid of him. That single image flips the whole story on its head, because that spider, his wife, is recoiling in terror. Not because she's a monster, but because she's realized that he is.
You want me out of your life? This is what's gonna happen first. You can give me your clothes and your car. I'm gonna take your girlfriend on a little romantic getaway. I'm gonna bring her back home tomorrow, and then I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna bring back all your stuff, and I'm going to disappear from your life forever. Then we will be even.
Earlier in the film, we see Adam take over Anthony's life, a man who had everything Adam lacked: a career as an actor, a beautiful, pregnant wife, and an obvious taste for danger. But as Adam settles into Anthony's world, he doesn't fix anything. He repeats the same cycle. He finds Anthony's key to the underground fetish club. He lies to his wife, and she knows. This isn't a story of two men. It's a story of one man, split between two selves. When Adam cheats, Anthony is born. When he returns to his wife, Adam reclaims the body. The car crash. That's not real. It's a subconscious dramatization of what happens when he lets the darker half win. The spider isn't his enemy. She's his mirror, a being he sees as controlling, manipulative, when in fact she's the one afraid of him because he keeps hurting her and lying to her and trying to escape. The spider's web isn't a trap, it's a home, one he keeps tearing down.
Helen, I don't want to get into this.
Are you seeing her again?
I think you need to get something to eat. Let's go get something to eat. And then...
I don't want to get anything.
It was a man! It was a man! What do you think it was, a jealous husband?
Yeah.
The director, Denis Villeneuve, said if you don't deal with your shadow, you're condemned to repeat the same mistakes over and over. Enemy is exactly that. A loop. A man trapped in his own mind, haunted, not by a doppelganger, but the parts of himself he refuses to confront. And until he does, the spider will always be there, waiting